to you all, and welcome to a very special live stream. We are doing a full match commentary, audio commentary on tonight's Preston Burnley game from Deepdale. Burnley going into this game in the top two on goal difference. They're 2 points behind Middlesbrough. They could go top with a win tonight, but Preston, even though they've nothing to play for, will probably want to say in it tonight. Full match commentary, as I say, and anybody who comments during the game and it's tasteful comment, I will try and read it out during a break in play. But let's get to it then. The teams have just emerged from the tunnel, so in just a second we'll bring you the two lineups before kickoff of Burnley versus Preston. Come on, Burnley! And welcome to Deepdale. We'll bring you the two lineups in just a second. The teams are already out on the pitch, but it's going to be a tough old night, that's for sure. If you're a Claret and Blue, I've been nervous I've not been looking forward to this all afternoon. This is a big game. If the one beforehand was going to be difficult, this is going to be even worse. So let's take a check on the two teams, shall we? We'll start, of course, with Preston North End, with Chris Kirkland in goal for them. Wood, Clark, Wright, Cunningham, Pearson, Gallagher, Brown, Adam Reach, Joe Garner and Jermaine Beckford. On the bench for them, Kilkenny, Johnson, Huntington, Hugo, Smith, Robinson and Hudson. Burnley start with Heaton in goal for them. A back four of Loughton, Keane, me and Ward, so the same back four. And it's Arfield, Marnie, Barton and Boyd with Vokes and Gray up front. In fact, the same 11 that started on Tuesday night against Middlesbrough. For the substitutes for Burnley, David Jones, Matt Taylor, Lloyd Dyer, Paul Robinson, James Tarkowski, Dalika and Ashley Barnes. The referee today from Leicestershire is Kevin Friend. We're all set to kick off then at Turf Moor at Deepdale, and it's Preston in the white jerseys to get us away. And now we'll attack the goal to our right hand side as we look here on the monitors, and it's Preston now down the right hand side in towards the penalty area. There's a header coming in, and I think it was Beckford on the 6-yard line. And in the first quarter in the first 15 seconds of the match, Preston had a real opportunity there to go in front. There was the cross coming in, and Beckford was unmarked just about 8 or 9 yards out from goal, and Adam reached there. He made the initial break down the Preston left hand side. Adam reached, of course, Burnley in Middlesbrough, so he wanted to do his old side a favour. Now it's going to be a goal kick then. Tom Heaton to take the goal kick, right footed. This is the biggest match for years. A long kick, almost a bad header there, and it was Cunningham who headed it back, and almost so kissed Kirkland down the river inside his own penalty area. Header back, ball bounces there, and the goalkeeper just about gets there as well. And a little scare there for both sides there in the opening minute of the game. Beckford now has it on the edge of the D, tries to pull it back, and Arfield can intercept, and Burnley can hook that away up towards Andre Gray. And this should be a real classic here. As I say, if you want to comment during the match, during the broadcast tonight, you can do, but please keep them tasteful. We don't want any swear words, we don't want any insulting comments or anything like that. So let's keep it on a footballing theme. And in fact, let's ask the question: how do you think Burnley will do tonight? Here's back with the game now, and it's Sam Vokes trying to control, and it will come away here for Preston North End. There's a big crowd there. 5,500 have travelled down here from Burnley tonight as that cross comes in from the left hand side. It's nodded away there by Michael Keane. Now Boyd has it now, and it's with Dean Marnie, preferred to David Jones in the side. Dean Marley will give you that extra bit of competitive edge. Long ball for Gray to chase just to the right of the penalty box, but it's too overhit there, and it's an opportunity for Chris Kirkland to get a touch of the ball, and Preston now can get it forward with Kirkland with his right foot over the halfway line. Garner there trying to jump. King can get that away on the edge of his own box, hits it over the halfway line, and well, this will be a tough old ask here as that ball comes forward. Be a tough test of Burnley's credentials here tonight. It's tense. 3 games to go. Middlesbrough got to play Ipswich at the Riverside. Brighton have got to go to already relegated Charlton tomorrow. So it's important now that Burnley really get 3 points tonight. As Loughton sends that ball in from the right hand side. The ball up in the air. Kirkland charging with both. It'll come to Boyd, who tries to chip it goalwards. And in fact, he's chipped it away. And it will go, I think, for a throw. I think it goes for a throw there. But George Boyd there, almost taking advantage. I think it would have needed a lot to score from there. Kirkland with a missed punch. And Boyd, I don't think caught it properly. It was just to the right of the goal, right of the 6-yard box. And in the end, Preston in fact get a throw, and it's going to be taken level with their own penalty box. Wood winning the header. Referee Kevin Friend from Leicestershire, let's hope he has a decent game tonight. He's been in the headlines. He was due to referee a Tottenham match, I believe, and because of where he comes from, the Leicestershire connection, he claims he's a Bristol City fan, actually, Kevin Friend. He supports them, and he I don't think there'd have been any biased against him. And Burnley have it now with Gray trying to turn there, and in fact Burnley have a free kick, so an opportunity here, in a good position here for the Clarets. They're on a 20-match unbeaten run. Preston are in a very good position themselves in 10th place. We're coming up towards 5 minutes gone. Michael Keane got 5 goals this season all from set plays. And it's Joey Barton behind it. It's a good 35 yards out. It's sort of left of centre here. 35 yards from goal. 30, maybe 30 plus yards, but still within a good shooting position. 5 minutes of the game gone. 3-man Preston wall. Kevin Friend is satisfied the wall's back a good 10 yards. And Kirkland is watching with intent as Barton takes a free kick and deflects in, and Burnley have made a perfect start. It may have been lucky, but Joey Barton will not care 1 iota, because the Clarets take the lead with 5 minutes gone, and the 5,000 travelling Clarets go absolutely mad. It's Preston North End 0, Burnley 1, and it's Joey Barton with a deflected free kick. It took a huge deflection off the wall and deceived Chris Kirkland, but it's a perfect start for the Clarets, and it's the early goal that will settle them down now in a game they have to win. Joey Barton runs away with glee, and it's Preston North End 0, Burnley 1. What a superb start. Joey Barton after just 6 minutes of play, and Burnley make the best possible start. 5 minutes 12, the goal was timed out. There's a Preston player down on the ground there. I'm not sure who it is. So the players had to stop, but in fact it was, let's see who that was. I think it was Barton in there actually. Barton climbing, it was number 4 there for Preston. That's Pearson who's gone down. In fact, Pearson has gone down. But what a start. What an unbelievable start for Burnley with just 6 minutes gone of this game, and who would have thought it at the start? Really, I didn't think so, that's for sure. Joey Barton, well, he hasn't scored many goals this season, but that it's got to be up there now. That could be a crucial moment. It may have been a fortunate goal, but who cares from a Burnley point of view? Who cares? It's 1-0 to the Clarets, and who can deny them that? Meanwhile, players just stopped for a moment or two. Simon Grayson will be disappointed from his viewpoint, but he'll be disappointed the way the wall disintegrated. But a tremendous start for Sean Dyche's side. Pearson is still hurt, and I think there's going to be a change here. I think Pearson will not be able to continue. He's been helped away there by number 12, Paul Gallagher. So we've got a little break in play. And this is how it happened. It was a collision there with Joey Barton. I don't think there was any malicious in it. It was just a blood and thunder challenge there. It was 50-50. It was there to be run. We'll confirm the substitutions in just a moment, but it's back with Preston North End. They're momentarily down to 10 players at the moment, obviously with Pearson having to go off. Michael Keane will cut the long ball out, and it will be a throw almost level with the penalty area to Preston North End. We're into the 9th minute of the game. We've had an injury, a deflected free kick goal from Joey Barton, a perfect start for Burnley, and it couldn't have been much better for them. But Burnley haven't, and here's another statistic for you. We'll just break off for a second as Heaton comes for that long cross and he takes it beautifully inside the penalty area. Here's another statistic for you folks. It's actually the first. Every time Burnley have actually scored the first goal in a game, they've gone on not to lose the game. So they've neither drawn or won it. So Preston have got it all to do now tonight, but that has settled one or two nerves, certainly in the Burnley ranks. Onside here now, and Loughton's cross, and Boakes was waiting by the 6-yard box and he couldn't make it pay. What an opportunity there for Burnley to take a 2-goal lead. And really, that was good play again. In fact, it was Gray who broke away, gets the cross in, and Vokes just needed to stretch out a foot maybe, and it might have been 2-0 Burnley. And that would have been a really good 10 minutes for them, no doubt at all. And of course, there's going to be a change now in the offing. So Pearson can't continue, so Ben Pearson has to come off, and Daniel Johnson, who was a constant menace in that first game at Deepdale just before Christmas, will get a much earlier introduction from the bench. I'm sure he wouldn't have expected that at the start. So Grayson forced into a change, but Burnley one up and looking comfortable, dare I say it, at the moment, as George Boyd goes on a canter forward, but it's cut out, and now Preston can come forward now. Long ball towards the right hand side, and it's cut out there by Ward, and now a chance now for Woods to attack, but he's given it away. Arfield, Woods gets back at him there just on halfway, and the ball goes into touch, and it will be a Claret's throw. Although that's not gone down too well with large sections of the Preston support. Well, at least the delaying play for that injury to Ben Pearson has done is given us a chance to pause for breath, because that was a fantastic start. The Marnie there just a little bit hurt there on his haunches. It's out for a throw to Preston North End, who trailed by 1-0 here. And so Pearson off, Johnson on, but it's Joey Barton after just 6 minutes that divides the teams at the moment, and it's will be knocked away by Ben Mee. But that was a bit of a scuff clearance, but Michael Keane, his centre-back partner, helped him out there with a header. And in fact, it's a free kick to Burnley for a foul by Bailey Wright. In fact, it was not Bailey Wright, it's actually Wood, sorry. It's a free kick then to Burnley. And Tom Heaton, the talismanic Burnley goalkeeper, also captain, and he will take the free kick. So problems on Simon Grayson at the moment. Well, problems for Simon Grayson here at the moment. But it's Burnley 1, Preston North End 0 at Deepdale, where we've played almost 12 minutes. As Heaton kicks right-footed up towards the Preston penalty area, flicked on towards Gray. Gray on the turn there, tried to get it through to Vokes, but it's knocked away again by some good sound Preston defence, and it's now back at the other end with Heaton all in an all yellow strip tonight, and 20 games unbeaten, a big record. If they avoid defeat tonight, they will go 21 games unbeaten. If they win it as well, they will go a point clear with Middlesbrough and Brighton still to play tomorrow. Just to remind everyone, Brighton go to Charlton, And Middlesbrough have got a home match with Mick McCarthy's Ipswich Town. That looks like a foul there by Beckford on me. Indeed it is. Referee Kevin Friend says that's a foul. Free kick to the Clarets. And let's have a look at that again. Yeah, just because of fistful of shirt there. Absolutely blatantly pushes him down. Free kick, no more, no less. And Ben Mee was clearly fouled there by Jermaine Beckford. And here's Ward to Arfield. Arfield now touching it back. Barton, the goal scorer, on towards Gray. Midway inside the Preston half. Arfield's control, just let him down slightly. The ball will be intercepted just about by me, but Jermaine Beckford was breathing down his neck there. And he looks a little nervous there, that centre-back. Jermaine Beckford, you know what you'll get with him. He's a striker that will put defenders under pressure. Michael Keane was also there on hand to bail his fellow centre-back out. He's not had the best of starts here, Ben Mee. Has made that second centre-back spot his own. Kept Michael Duff out the side. That cross from the right has come to nothing, and it's with Tom Heaton, who will kick it out from his hand, and he kicks it flat into no man's land, and it'll go straight to the other end and to Chris Kirkland, the former Coventry and Liverpool goalkeeper. Hard to believe that Chris Kirkland actually has played for Liverpool. I think he had a spell with England as well a few years back as well, so he knows what it's all about. And Preston now have to try and chase this game. There's no doubt about it in my mind. They are looking very much second favourites, being forced to make a change. And here's Stephen Ward now on the left hand side for Burnley. Ward now trots over the halfway line, coming towards a quarter of an hour gone. 1-0 to Burnley. Arfield in from the left hand side. It'll come for Boakes here, trying to chip it towards the D where Gray was lurking, and now Daniel Johnson can bring it away for Preston North End. Johnson now drifts to the Preston left hand side, and here comes Adam Reach. Reach is on the far side, but he's tracked by two Burnley players, and he's back to Johnson. Johnson now in turn to number 12 Gallagher, and the ball just about finding Adam Reach. Reach now goes past his man. He's got Boyd now to accompany, and Boyd does well, but he's back with Johnson. Plenty of space to get his cross in. It's there towards Joe Garner. It'll come here for Woods, and he knocks that back across, and the shot coming in from about 30 yards. It's charged down by the Clarets defence. Still 1-0 to Burnley as we approach 15 minutes of the first half gone. And so far this game is really coming to a real crescendo early on. Sean Dyche there having a chat with his assistant there, Ian Wone. Were youngsters together at Nottingham Forest in the days of Brian Clough. Never really made much of an impact at Forest. Came to prominence in that semi-final, of course, with Chesterfield, who went on to play for Millwall amongst other teams. Now there's another Preston player down. It's a free kick in fact to Preston. There was a foul there. See who it was. Header on, and it was Ben Mee on, I think it might have been Jermaine Beckford actually. I don't think it was Jermaine Beckford in actual fact. Just trying to think who it is there. Yeah, it was I think it was Garner, Joel Garner. So a free kick it is to Preston North End, just on the halfway line, just to the left of the centre circle, and it will be a floated one in towards the Burnley area, one would suspect, certainly deep into the Burnley half. So the free kick floated in towards the Burnley penalty area, headed out by Ben Mee. Ball forward now towards Arfield, who can take that ball down, but he showed too much of that there to the Preston defence. Ward can get the ball clear up towards halfway in the Preston half, and then it's back over the halfway line with compliments by Preston, and it's out for a throw to North End on the near side, and it'll be Bailey Wright. In fact, it'll be Clark rather to take it. Bailey Wright is his centre back colleague. This is Daniel Johnson now, just come to the left hand side of it. This is Bailey Wright. Wright controls and knocks it over the halfway line. And Garner, was he being held? No, says the referee. Kevin Friend was well positioned, and he quite clearly there to me waved play on. Now Marnie has it for Burnley. On to Loughton. Loughton to Boyd, and Boyd back to Loughton once again. Burnley now building up a good patient build up here, and Boyd will run in field, and he was tagged there just to the right, midway inside the Preston half. It was a foul there by Gallagher. In fact, it's a free kick. Well, I think it was Gallagher, but it might have been somebody else there. May have been Cunningham. So a free kick then for Burnley. Almost halfway inside the Preston half, and it's the man who's got the goal. It's to the right of the penalty box. It's to the right hand channel. Ward is forward, so too is King. Folks is there on the edge of the deed. Ball floated in towards the penalty area, flicked on, and it could go anywhere, and it might have cashed off the bar. Grandry Gray was certainly in there, and that was a ruthless free kick again from Barton. Let's see that again on a replay. Barton with his right foot into the mix, and it was Gray who got the touch. In fact, it was over the bar. It didn't actually hit the bar. It looked from the first angle as if the bar was hit, but Gray headed it wide in the end from another angle, and in the end, a lovely bouncing free kick there. The ball just bounces up finally in front of Gray, and he just couldn't make any inroads with that. And still 0-0. And it's still anyone's ball to take in here at the moment. It's 0-0. Just to remind everybody that both Middlesbrough and Brighton both play tomorrow. And here is George Boyd on the ball. He's onside now as we come towards the 17th minute of the game. Header back towards the edge of the penalty box. And Mal Preston under a lot of pressure. The ball in towards the penalty area, and it's nodded out for a corner. And Burnley now under a lot of pressure, because Burnley now under putting a lot of pressure on. It's Scott Arfield to take then, coming towards 20 minutes gone at Deepdale. Good game here in the making. It's Arfield then with the corner in towards the penalty area, and the header was straight in the arms in the end by Ben Mee against Chris Kirtland, and Ben Mee has to scamper back now, because we've got Brown on the near side. Brown now tries to get the crossing, and a good block there by Scott Arfield, and it will be a throw to Preston, almost level with the penalty box. A very good game this now, end-to-end stuff it's becoming to be. And Ben Mee really had to get back on his marks quickly, and so too did Arfield, to be fair. The man who is Scottish born, but he's now playing for Canada. As that cross comes in from the right, deflection on it. Heaton was there, lost it, but got it there at the second attempt. Jermaine Beckford was appealing for something inside that penalty box. Was never going to get a penalty in a month for Sundays, but Brown's cross there gets a slight deflection there, and Heaton, under a lot of pressure there from both Beckford and his own player Ben Mee, was able to, in the end, come away with the ball. In fact, he was fouled, I think, by Jermaine Beckford, and he took the free kick very quickly there. So Tom Heaton, who's been ever present in the Championships, not missed a match. He's been in the last few England squads as well since the back end of last season. Could well end up going to Euro 2016. We've got a guy on. Thanks Jack Boyer for coming in. He's a Preston fan, unfortunately, but he does say come on Preston, and that's good. I mean, we've got to be fair, we've got to try and be unbiased. I am a Burnley fan, but we have to try and be a little bit unbiased tonight. Preston haven't played badly, but the Barton free kick separates the teams, and it's a game that Burnley must win. But thank you very much for your comment, Jack Boyer. Now Gray has it on the near side, on the right, far side. He'll come to Boaks. Out came Kirtland very quickly. He's out of his ground, and the ball back in. And the follow-up came in from Dean Marnie, who shoots wide, and it's a goal kick to Preston. Chris Kirtland there got very lucky there, got off scot-free. It was a long ball forward from Matt Loughton here that asked the questions, a lot of swerve on it. Gray was chasing, folks went in there with Kirtland. Kirtland was well out of his ground, and Marnie really should have in fact, he's a Middlesbrough fan. Sorry, Jack Boyer, I did you a disservice there. He's a Middlesbrough fan. I'm very sorry about that. But, of course, he's got a root for Preston. He's a Middlesbrough fan. But you would fancy now this would. I think if Burnley win their last 3 games, I think Middlesbrough played all right on Tuesday, to be fair, but they were outplayed second half in my opinion. But I'm going to say that, aren't I? Being a Burnley lad, but. I mean, if Middlesbrough and Brighton fans, if you want to have a bit of banter on the old text, on the old messages tonight, please do. We always like a bit of banter here on my channel. Back with the commentary though, we're midway through the first half, and it's Johnson now for Preston, down the right-hand side. Good game this. Burnley with a deflected 3 kick from Joey Barton, winning the game at the moment. And it's Barton who gets it away, but not very far. He'll come for Boyd here, just inside his own half. So it's nice to see Middlesbrough fans taking an interest in this stream tonight. Full match commentary of this crucial game. It's a derby match. Burnley are winning it. A deflected Joey Barton strike, and maybe Burnley have been due a little bit of luck. We haven't had much luck in recent weeks, what with the ghost goal at Brighton and 1 or 2 other things. But and Joey Barton was due a goal, really. He has been playing. He has been consistent as hell. A lot of opposition fans don't really like him because of his previous reputation. But I've got to say, to be fair to Joey Barton, and if anyone's listening, Joey Barton has really knuckled down at Burnley this season, and you can't really deny him. There has been a couple of incidents in recent weeks where people have criticised him, and yeah, what a nice thing to say from Jack Bowyer. Burnley and Borough are both brilliant teams, and quite rightly so. I mean, Middlesbrough have had a good season under Karanka after that walkout at Charlton. Karanka came back, and he's really galvanised the troops there at Borough, to be fair. And Brighton are on a good run at the moment, but it's anyone's still to shoot from 3. It's anybody's at the moment, and it's a free kick there. Well, it's nodded away towards Barton. Barton again. And it's played back now with 25 minutes of the game gone in. It's Arfield now to control. Hooked away by Preston. And it will come now for Ben Mee. Mee turns away. 1-0 to Burnley. A deflected 3 kick from Joey Barton. Both should go up, says Jack. And yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. At the moment it's still 1-0. We're halfway through the first half. And this game being played with real pride, real passion, and I've got to say, I've got to be honest, I've got to be honest with you guys. The ball's going to run dead. I'm just going to break off the. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just gonna have a chat. I'm just gonna have a chat for a minute. Whilst we've got a break in play, I'll be back in a minute. Hello? Winning 1-0, Joey Barton free kick. No, I'm not sounding pissed off. I'm trying to keep an eye on this game. Oh, sorry. Right, okay. No props. Sorry, it's a big game. I'm just nervous, that's all. time. Alright mate, see you later. Go on. Well, we're back with the commentary there. We just lost sound for a couple of minutes there. So we're back to the game now, and it's still 1-0 to Burnley. You haven't missed anything at the moment. There was just a couple of free kicks hoisted into the penalty box, and but we're into the 28th minute. We just had one or two sound problems there on the stream, so apologies for that. So ball forward for Ben Mee. We're back with the game now. We're back with you now. It's Gene Barney now playing it out to the far side. Loughton controls, but it's a foul there by Clark, and it's a free kick now to Burnley, who are having a good flurry of free kicks. So we've seen in the last last few moments or so. Sam Vokes is forward from the back. Sam Vokes is forward for this, as you would expect. So too is Gray. Burnley now have a free kick, and it's Joey Barton behind this one. Throws it in towards the penalty area, header on, and it's just wide, and it was Ben Mee, I think, from the back who got the header in. A great opportunity there for Burnley to double the lead, and he almost did then. Fantastic opportunity there for the Clarets, and it was just by the penalty spot, and Burnley should have doubled the lead. Kirkman was getting nowhere near that, and Burnley, in a nutshell, should be 2-0 up as we go towards half an hour of the game already played. It started all 47 games so far for Burnley in every competition this season. They only had one round in the Capital One at the start, where they went out to Port Vale, and of course they had that fourth round classic with Arsenal in the FA Cup earlier on this season. And the ball played out towards Stephen Ward now. Ward controls the ball, plays it back over the halfway line. Ben Mee, who came so close there, plays a lovely ball towards the area. Boyd is there. Boyd to the left, to the right, to the penalty area. Cuts back, and Gray goes in. She comes to mark, and it's an open goal basically, and they can't take advantage. Burnley. It was Andre Gray with the opportunity to make it 2, and he couldn't make advantage of it. Good defending though, to be fair, by Preston North End. Burnley right and Clark really putting themselves on the line. Meanwhile, at the other end, there was an attack for Preston that just petered out there. And this was the chance. Boyd created it. He got inside the penalty area. It was pulled back. It was blocked. It was Arfield who had the initial shot. And then Andre Gray, you'd have backed him, even with the goalkeeper out of his ground, to have really made something of it. There was the block. And it came to Gray. Good block, I have to say, there by number 3. Cunningham. That was a really good challenge there by the Preston left back, and it's back with Burnley now midway inside the Preston half. It comes to Boyd now. Boyd tries to fool the defender with a little flick, but he can't succeed in doing so. 8 attempts for Burnley to Preston's 2, and on target none for Preston, 2 for Burnley, and it's Boyd now trying to run, but he's tackled there by Cunningham. And now here's Marnie, just to the right of the penalty box, and it's a poor ball over the top, and it's a goal kick in the end to Preston. And Preston having on the far side once again. It's Johnson touching it back, and it's been a very, very cagey sort of game so far from Preston. They haven't really got the passing game together as yet, but there's Barton, and Gray's onside, and Gray will just be beaten to the ball, will just be beaten away from Gray as Kirkland plucks the ball inside his penalty box. But a nice little ball there from Joey Barton. That was a good 50-yard ball over the top, and that could have caused all sorts of trouble there for Preston. And that's what Joey Barton is capable of at the best of times. But at the moment it's still 1-0 to Burnley. That Joey Barton goal early on, separating these two great Lancashire rivals. Remember, just to remind you of the bench, Pearson had to go off with an injury about 7 minutes in. He's been replaced by Johnson. And here is Johnson now, about 30 yards out. Gets the shot in, but it's well blocked there. Very, very blocked there. I think it was Ben Mee who got back. Arfield touching it back, and he gets the ball back again. Arfield now breaks away from his own penalty area. Who do I think will go up? I'm not going to say anything at the moment, Jack Boyer. It's going to be so tight. It's going to be so tight. It depends on how Brighton and your team do tomorrow. As the ball is crossed in towards Gray. Gray now might get a chance here. Bad mistake. Gray has the shot and it's deflected. It'll come now for Boyd, and Boyd can't get it under control, and it goes away, and it's into the arms of Chris Kirkland. And another big opportunity there for the Clarets. They should be 2 up here, but that was a poor header there by the defender Clark, and it bounced to Gray, and it was good defending in fact by Cunningham getting back there and putting George Boyd off his stride, to be fair. And it's Marnie touching it on, but it can't find Boyd, and now Preston have it, and now the ball is with number 15 Woods. Woods gets it forward down the right hand side, and that will run into touch, and it will be a goal kick. Just to go back to the question, who do you think will go up? I think if Burnley win tonight, I've no doubts we'll beat QPR, and I've no doubts we'll beat Charlton. It's going to be, I think, if I'm being honest, who will go up alongside Burnley? Well, it will all depend, I think. I would take it that Middlesbrough may well win their other game tomorrow. Oh no, Ipswich are a difficult team, of course, and assuming Middlesbrough and Brighton win their games, and I think it might be between you and Brighton on that last day, I think, for that for promotion. Whether or not, I'll be happy if the Clarets go up neither as champions or second place. I'm not really bothered. I mean, it's the money at the end of the day, and it's vital. But I think Middlesbrough have been very consistent this season, back with the game, and it's keen. But I think it'll be. I think if I'm being totally honest, I think it'll be a shootout between yourselves and Brighton at the Riverside on the final day of the season, and I think it will probably come down to that, Jack. Okay, I just thought I'd better answer the question a little bit properly there. So it's nice to know that some interaction going on with the Middlesbrough fans. Any more Middlesbrough fans, any Brighton fans in who want to interact, or even Burnley fans listening to the stream, please do. It's Gray now. Gray into the penalty area. Has to check back, and he can't. He's run out of pitch. His control let him down at the crucial moment. It is a goal kick to Preston. And really, Andre Gray, he came up with a big goal at Birmingham almost a week ago. And really, he hasn't really had things his own way here tonight, to be fair. But he's been voted Sky Bet Player of the Year, Sky Bet Championship Player of the Year at the Football League Awards last week. And really, he's had a good season. A lot of eyebrows were raised. A lot of people said he was signed for £9 million. That's not true. He was signed for £6 million. And he was the direct replacement for our former talisman Danny Ings, who went on to Liverpool, and unfortunately for him, he's got injured during the season, which is a shame, really, because I do think he's a fantastic striker, Danny Ings, and if he's given a chance by Jurgen Klopp next season, I think he will repay Jurgen Klopp, because this Ings, as everyone knows, he's got hard work, he's got dedication, he works hard, he scores goals, of course. He got 10 in the Premier League for Burnley last season, and he's an absolute colossus. Meanwhile, we've got Preston on the attack now, and it's Johnson inside the area. Was he bundled over? The referee was in a good position, and he says no penalty. In fact, it was Beckford who was fouled, or allegedly fouled there. I don't know which Burnley player was involved. Beckford certainly was looking for a penalty. Kevin Friend couldn't have been in a better position. I would like to see a replay of that again. Jermaine Beckford is seething with the officials here. Let's have a look at it again. It's a crossing from the right hand side. We're looking closely, and it's Barton involved. I don't think it's a penalty. I just think Barton's using his strength a little bit there, perhaps. Although from the reverse angle, it may just reveal a different outlook. I have to be honest, but the penalty's not been given. Preston have to get on with it. Grayson can't complain. It's 1-0 to Burnley. and you know, at least Jackie's contributed to the live stream tonight. Let's get some more fans involved. He says Jordan Rose is one of the best strikers. And well, there's no doubt that Jordan Rose, obviously, I personally don't. I mean, obviously, he's the scourge of Burnley in his days at the other club down the M65. But he's a good striker. He came to prominence at Huddersfield, and he was banging them in the second tier. He does know where the back of the net is, to be fair. But let's be honest. I mean, he's starting to come good. He had a little bit of a bad start when the price tag was weighing him down. But Andre Gray, well and truly the top scorer out and out so far this season, with well over 25 goals. And this has been it's been an interesting watch so far, this opening 25 minutes. And so 1-0 it is then to the Clarets. You've missed. We've just lost. You've missed absolutely nothing in the way of action so far. Kirkland has taken a long kick up the field, and it's headed on. It'll come here for Preston with Bailey right, so right over the halfway line. Still 1-0 to Burnley. We're now towards the last 5 minutes of the first half. Good first half this, if you're a Burnley fan. But Preston have had a little bit of possession. Could have had a penalty maybe, but here's the crossing from Gallagher, but it's headed out by Ben Mee. Now Johnson has it, and he brings in Cunningham. Cunningham now being tracked all the way by Boyd. Back to Johnson. Johnson now in field. Preston having a good little spell here, and it's reached to Johnson. Johnson about 30 yards out, chips it in towards the mix, and what a good header away by the former Wolves man Stephen Ward. And it's a Preston corner, and we're in the 40th minute of this big clash. A Lancashire derby here, a Friday night hot pot. One corner each to both Preston and Burnley. Cunningham and Clark and Burnley right, both forward from the back. Gallagher swings it in, right footed in towards the penalty spot area, and it's attacked, and it's over the top. I think it was from Burnley right, and it will be a goal kick to Burnley. Wasn't a particularly good header anyway, and in fact it was Garner who had the header. Garner. Hard to tell. These Preston players do actually look quite alike. They're a young side, Preston. Won the prize very impressively last season to get into the championship in the first place, and they did look for a long while as an outsider for a playoff spot. But I think with Sheffield Wednesday going about their business very well this season, I think the top six will remain as they are. The top six teams, obviously, from Sheffield Wednesday up. I think the playoff spots will be filled. Certainly 3 of them will be filled by Derby, Sheffield Wednesday, and Hull City for sure. Whoever finishes third will have probably the toughest test of the lot to pick themselves up from a disappointment. When you're chasing 2 promotion spots, it's very difficult. The ball back with Tom Heaton, by the way. So we're inside the last 4 minutes plus stoppage time of the first half. Apologies for the earlier interruption. And it's goalkeeper Tom Heaton. Heaton will get it forward, up and over the halfway line. Keane pokes rather jumping, but he's beaten to it in the air by Clark. Clark, and it's now with Ward on the left hand side. Ward has it, and he plays it towards Barton. Barton slips as he plays that in towards Arfield, but he keeps it alive. Gray then frees Marnie. Burnley keeping the ball well at the moment. Now it's back on the right hand side, and it's deep inside the Preston half, and it's back towards Michael Keane. Keane goes past his past Joe Garner as if he never existed, and it's back with Dean Marnie once again, 10 yards inside the Preston half, and it's with Gray. Back to Loughton now on the left hand side. Barton has it on halfway. Barton now to Arfield. Arfield just touching it back to Ben Mee. It's been a good first half here so far. 3 minutes, and then we'll have 15 minutes, and then we'll be back with live stream commentary of the stream of the second half, and it's Ward has it on the left hand side for Burnley, and he cuts in away from the defender, and now brings Dean Marnie into the game. Marnie has it. Marnie coming from an injury, he dawdles on it, and then he's brought down his man, and Dean Marnie will get, I think he's going to get a yellow card, and I think for a first foul that's ridiculous from the referee. Absolutely ridiculous. Marnie loses the ball, and he's a fraction late with that tackle, and I think for a first offence, I think that's very, very harsh. Kevin Friend, I think referees do take too much exception to Dean Marnie. He's a blood and thunder player, as everyone knows, but I think that's a harsh booking. I do honestly think that's a harsh decision. It's a free kick, no more, no less, and I think Kevin Friend has been taken in there by the Preston fans. But it's back with Heaton now. Kicks clear, so a yellow card then for Dean Marnie. I think that's the first one of the match, and it's hit downfield and Beckford chases, but it's gone dead into touch, and it's a goal kick to Burnley. Going back to that challenge by Marnie, it is a little bit late. He's not missed it by much, but the referees, they do take exception to him, and he's a player that wears his heart on his sleeve, and I think the referee should have let that go. There was a couple of challenges in the Middlesbrough match the other night. There was a bow on ball which was 3 times worse than the one that Marnie put in there on the Preston player, and he got and he should have been sent off for it. The consistency of referees never ceases to amaze me. As Boyd tries to go in, tries to find Gray, it's hooked away. We're inside the last minute of the first half, don't forget, folks, and it's been a good first half, and here come Preston, trying to build patiently now. We're in the last 20 seconds of normal time, and it's back now. Cross coming in from Gallagher towards the far post. It's headed out, and Garner, oh my goodness me, the referee has to step in there, and there's all sorts going on there now. There's a bit of rough and tumble, the referee calling, and I think it was Loughton involved and Garner involved. Now I'd like to see that again. If the referee takes exception to the Burnley player, then I will be seething here. And I'm not trying to be biased, I'm trying to be as unbiased as I can, but Joe Garner has absolutely got him for Stephen Ward there. I think he's booked both players. I think that's probably right. Let's have a look at the incident again. It was a crossing from the near side. Ward won the header, and there was a bit of a coming. There was a bit of a sandbags at 10 paces from both players. But Joe Garner, he's got a reputation for being a fiery player. No, I don't think he has that reputation, but you need to have a bit of fieriness in a derby. No foul there by the Burnley byline. We've got 2 added minutes, by the way, at the end of this action-packed first half. So we've got Marnie in the book, we've got Gallagher in the book, we've got Garner in the book, and we've also got Loughton in the book, and that will reach Tom Heaton. And a free kick, in fact, has been given to Burnley. So we'll have 15 minutes, and then we'll start the second half proceedings in about 15-20 minutes time. And so we're getting a little bit feisty out there now. We're now been just confirmation that's Garner's 12th booking of the season, incidentally, the one he got there. A free kick to Preston, and they claim ironic cheers because they don't think they've had the look at the decisions, but I think they've had a little bit, 1 or 2 more decisions than Burnley have had. But we've now into time added on at the end of the action-packed first half. Referee has checked his watch, and that'll be that as Bond played a long ball as the whistle goes, but it's his free kick in the opening 6 minutes that separates the teams. He got a huge deflection there off one of the defenders there, and in the end it came off Brown, and it's Burnley 0, Preston 1. So as the teams go off from Turf Moor, I will take a 15-minute break. I'll be back with the live streaming in about 10-15 minutes time, in time for the second half. But at half time here at Deepdale in this big Lancashire derby, it's Preston 0, Burnley 1, and we'll be back with the second half in 15 minutes time. Till then, I'll see you soon.